When you're working at the rock station, you'll have rocks of different shapes and sizes, different forms, different textures. Some are smooth, some are rough, some have sharp edges. You need to be careful, and we have 3 rules to stay safe. Number 1, don't lift higher than your waist. Number 2, don't drop or throw a rock. Rocks don't like to hit against each other, and they don't like to hit your hand. And number 3 is always know where your hands are. If you've got one hand down supporting you and you're stacking rocks and they tumble down, you don't want them to fall on your hands. So always know where your hands are. There are 3 challenges in the rock station. The Inukshuk, that's a rock person. There's a rock arch, where you have the rocks arranged in an arch so you can pass something underneath it. And the straight stack, where you stack one rock on top of another on top of another and see how high you can stack them. I'll show you first the Inukshuk. And the Inukshuk starts off with 2 rocks that you can set up to be legs. And on those legs you set a body and balance that as best you can. That's the one most important part of arranging rocks, is working with balance. That's one of our principles in art. On top of the body you try to get 2 arms, and you want one arm to be pointing further than the other. And then on top of the arms you put a head. Sometimes the head is what holds the arms in place. Let's see if I can get a head to balance on top of these arms to where it will stand. It's all a matter of balance. If it starts to fall one way, turn it away from the way it's falling until you get it balanced. You see the 2 arms and the head and the body and the legs, and if it looks like a person, we call it an Inukshuk. Inukshuk. It's a word that comes from the Northwest, from the Inuit, the tribe of people that live with the seal and live in the ice. They stack an Inukshuk to show which way a person should go if they're lost. The second challenge is an arch. An arch is a line of rocks that comes up kind of like a rainbow. To make an arch, if you get the rocks that have a natural lean to it, try to get them to lean into the middle. Start off with some big rocks in the bottom. Get some rocks that lean into each other, and you'll have a space underneath. If you want to start off with a rock underneath in the middle that you'll pull out later, that'll hold rocks in place while you arrange them together around that rock. And once you've got them pushed up against each other, you can pull that rock out and you'll have an arch that you can pass something through. The third challenge is a straight stack. A straight stack is to stack the rocks one on top of the other as high as you can go. It's important to start off with a good foundation, with a good flat rock that's pretty big. Start big and work your way up smaller and smaller. If you start off small and work your way bigger and bigger, it'll get off balance. Each rock you place on, be careful with the balance, and if it starts to shift one way or the other, slide it away from the way it wants to fall, and then set it down in place. Get the next one up. If it starts to rock one way or the other, shift it back, and it should hold in place. As you get higher and higher, the rocks will be getting smaller and smaller. If you make sure that each rock is at least as big as the palm of your hand. There shouldn't be a little teeny tiny pebble counted as a rock. And you just go as high as you can until it starts to fall down. When it starts to fall, don't try to catch it. Don't try to catch it. Just let it fall and then try again with another straight stack. And then when you've got them stacked up pretty high, count them. I'll try to get a picture of it. Make sure you don't have your hands on it to help it hold up. It should only hold up by its own balance. Other than that, you've got other things you can do at the rocks. You can arrange them into lines and shapes. Just flat on the rug. If I were to do an arch or a circle or a heart shape or a triangle, I could lay them just flat on the rug and make that shape. If your challenge is to make an animal, one way to make an animal is to find rocks that look like the parts of the animal. This one looks like a leg. This could be the head up here or the neck. And then if I put them together as parts of the body, and then find another one that looks like another leg, and if that animal happens to have a tail, then I find a rock that looks like it could be the tail. And then I'll have a picture of the animal I'm trying to make. If it's an animal that has a long neck, just add the rocks until it looks like that animal. If I wanted to put letters together, I could arrange them into the letters. There's a T. And then if I want to make T-O, I can just arrange them around to make the letters. And then write words right across the rug area. Lots of different things you can arrange with the rocks. Arranging is an art form. People who arrange flowers are called floral arrangers. Assemblage is a way to make art too. It's just taking a bunch of things and putting them together to make it look like a person purposely put them together. When you're arranging rocks, it should look like you purposely put them together and they didn't just arrive there because they fell off a mountain.